And now, Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. The wait is finally over. Friday Night Fever is back. Week 1 of the high school football action is underway. First showdown of the week, Munising at Westwood. And out to the land of red, white, and blue. Both teams trying to bounce back from 2-7 seasons after a scoreless first quarter. Patriots running back Ashton Bergman will get the scoring started with this 4-yard jaunt. 9:19 left in the second quarter. Patriots will go for 2, and Nathan Beckman's able to find Blake Hewitt. Yeah, I'd say he's wide open in the end zone, and an 8-0 lead for the Patriots. Still in the second quarter, Bergman with the football, and this time he's going to motor in from 7 yards out, and that made it 14-0 with $1:31 left in half number 1. Munising with a chance. Right at the end of the half, Alec Blank keeps it himself, but the Patriots say, no, that's not going to work. And 2-goal line stands for the Patriots defense. Halfway through quarter number 4. Mr. Beckman is at it again. He's going to keep it himself. He cuts back on a nice block, and he's in the end zone. That would make it 20-6. Beckman also would punch in the 2-point conversion. And the first showdown of the week, the Westwood Patriots are the winners by the count of 22-6. Hop in the car, let's go to Ishpeming, where the Hematites were taking on Iron Mountain. First quarter, Jacob Tucker will get things going for the Mountaineers. And he is going to be looking for Charlie Gerhardt. And Charlie's going to turn around, make the catch. And the next thing you know, he's pretty darn close to the end zone. On the next play, Tucker scrambles and dives over the goal line. The extra point is good. Mountaineers up 7-0. Then Hunter Smith of the Hematites is going to dance around a few people and pick up a nice gain for the blue and white. And then he's going to run again, wearing that number 17 made famous by Alex Briones. And then from 8 yards out, Ishpeming is on the board for the first time this year. They missed a 2-point conversion. Mountaineers lead 7-6. But Ishpeming would score every other touchdown in this game and go on to pick up a 34-7 victory. Gladstone, Gwynn coach Deanne Brown looking to get the Model Towners rolling just like he did last season. First quarter, high snap on the punt, and Tucker Taylor is blocked by Christian Cretin, and he picks the ball up, and he could have run probably back to Gladstone. He scores from 17 yards, 7-0, after the extra point cleared the crossbar by about 2 feet. Gwynn able to move the ball on offense in the first half. Austin Forbes to Blaine Bridges. That was a first down, but they would turn the ball over on downs. Gladstone gets back to work. Quarterback Darren Johnson rolls to his right. No screen available on the far side. Jeff Stenson's pretty wide open. Yep, he's behind pretty much everybody on defense. A 54-yard touchdown, 14-0 Gladstone. Move to the second quarter, and Johnson's going to get going again. Time to throw. Locates Spencer Hoosby behind the secondary. This one's good for 56 and a score. Gladstone gets revenge after losing 36-16 last year. Braves power their way to a 42-0 victory over the Model Towners. Quick peek at the scoreboard. Negaunee doesn't play Manistee to start the season anymore, and boy, is that a big difference. Boyne City bounces the Miners 51-13. Newberry plays Manistee instead, and the Indians defeated the Emeralds 49-8. Jeff Rahali over 100 yards rushing. George Severns over 200 yards passing for Newberry. Let's go to Delta County, where the Eskimo is fired up to take on Alpena, and Scout Wonder is in the end zone. Orange and orange, I like that. Wildcats would answer when Logan Guthrie takes one to the wide side for the touchdown. The Eskimos had 3 TDs on 3 possessions in the first half. Craig Kameen to Ryan Robinette, and that puts you in the end zone, and Escanaba's back in the lead. After Alpena put up a field goal, it's Wonder back in the end zone behind the blocking of Vandermissen. Wildcats not done though. Coming back, Lars MacArthur leans into the end zone for the score. They missed the extra point. Eskimos would keep the drive alive with a 3rd down catch. That set up Cody Vandermissen, and Escanaba picks up win number 1, 28-16. Meanwhile, over in Kingsford, the Flivers taking on the Menasha Blue Jays. Pick this one up second quarter. Flivs down 13-0, but there's Sawyer Perpich, the pass to Chase Kresge. and he is forced out of bounds after a big gain. A few plays later, Luke Terrian to Aiden Miller, and the Flivers are now on the board in 2017. Menasha responds in the second half. Alex Zeiner fakes and sneaks by the traffic on the far side to get into the end zone, and that put the Blue Jays up back by a couple of touchdowns. Zeiner will pass to Cole Pop here. Cole will run for a little bit, but Tyler Beauchamp's going to get the fumble, and it's going to be a scramble for the ball, and finally Trevor Povolo recovers for the Maize and Blue. Kingsford's offense back at it again. Sawyer Perpich to Tyler Beauchamp. Just gets into the end zone. Oh, that's plenty of room. But the Flivers fall one touchdown short. Menasha takes this one 21-14. Meanwhile, Marquette below the Mackinac Bridge taking on Traverse City St. Francis. Thurlby Field. Andrew Yale with a nice gain here for the Redmen before he's brought down by a host of Gladiators. Now St. Francis on offense. Danny Passano finds Cole Julian up the middle. 1 yard out from the first score of the season, but he wouldn't get in as the Marquette defense is playing quite well. Artie Dutmers will get the handoff next, and this time he punches it in. Not a lot of scoring in this game, but Traverse City St. Francis does pick up its 500th win in school history, only the 12th program to do that in the state. Marquette plays well, but the Gladiators won 21-7. Back to the numbers. Hey, Sault Ste. Marie's in the win column in the opening week. Blue Devils 13, Sheboygan nothing. Whoa, how about them Bark River Harris Broncos? Not a lot of people talking about them. They will now. 14-12 over West Iron County. Hurley defeats Go Gibbik by the score of 32-22. We've heard a couple of scores on that game. Calumet scores in the fourth quarter late to beat Northland Pines 14-6. To the Copper Country, Houghton coach Frank Bonacorsi taking the reins with just 17 players on the roster, and the Gremlins are taking on the Purple Hornets Alliance. Cooper Joffitson grabs the high snap, and then he takes off. After a nice move around one defender, he's going downfield. Jake Ryla with a great touchdown-saving shoestring tackle, but Purple Hornets would score after that. The Gremlins defense would get better. William Steyer stops Foster Miller. Second quarter, Joffitson looking deep for a receiver, but the Gremlins' Elliot Malesi makes the interception. But Lance dominates this game, winning 27-0. So 27-0 Purple Hornets. Let's go to Norway, where the Knights were taking on Northern Elite. 14-7, Josh Plant to Mitchell LaGrave. And everybody is happy in the Norway cheering section. Move to the third quarter. Connor Ortman would score the touchdown. And there's proof. 21-7 Knights. Zachariah Prido will... Wait, check that here. We'll move ahead. Plant trying to dive into the end zone. He does so. And Norway goes on to win this one 34-7. In the 8-man football department this evening, Rapid River had good special teams, and they scored off a fumble late in the game or some kind of a bobble, and they upend Forest Park 38-36, despite Connor Bordolini having 48 carries for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Trojans. Angadina forfeit victory over Charlton Heston. Pickford 50, Bellaire 12. Posen turns the tables on Brimley 26-18. Let's go see some people run. The Marquette Cross Country Relays get a different venue this year since there is plenty of construction at Marquette Senior High School. The event took place at Presque Isle Park. The boys started first, then the girls followed about a minute or so later. A pair of runners take turns running just over a mile to combine for 6.2 miles or 10 kilometers. Emily Papour of Negaunee grabbed the early lead. She handed off to Clara Johnson, who increased the advantage. The course gave everyone a chance to see the Honorable James L. Oberstar docked in the Upper Harbor. Not that they were looking in that direction. The Marquette boys duo of Luke Rambo and Garrett Rudden had a comfortable margin on the rest of the field. Garrett Rudden crossed the line first for the Redmen in 28 minutes, 40 seconds, followed by Negaunee's Elliot Prusy and Colton Yesney in 30 minutes, 28 seconds. Gladstone's Jake Strasler and Adam Bruce were third. For the girls, there goes Johnson crossing the line in 35 minutes, 12 seconds. They won by more than 4 minutes over Marquette's Delaney Saul and Sam Borzik at 39-35, who just held off the Hematites' Kayla Kokkola and Katie Lohman by 1 second. Your results, Marquette had 11 points, and that was good enough for the win. Ishpeming in second, Negaunee third, followed by Gladstone and Westwood. And the same thing on the girls' side. Marquette had 12, Ishpeming 24, Negaunee, followed by Gladstone and Westwood. And don't forget, all kinds of information is available on our website at uppermichigansource.com. The verdict is in when it comes to the wonderful fight yesterday, if there is such a thing, between the Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. Miguel Cabrera will be suspended for 7 games. Gary Sanchez will sit out for 4 games, as does Tigers pitcher Alex Wilson. And a number of other players received 1-game suspensions. Yankees catcher Austin Romine had a 2-game suspension as well. Lions to the baseball scoreboard. Tigers lose late to the White Sox 3-2. It was Philadelphia over the Cubs 7-1. West Iron County beats Iron Mountain girls 10-6-2. Good night, everyone.